The hospital crisis dampens the simultaneous joys of John and Duggar. Twin pregnancies stunned the nation. The first whispers began to. Within hours, videos that had seeped into Facebook posts and Instagram stories were posted on TikTok. Through private group discussions, the videos had spread. The size, unexpectedness, and emotional effect of the news made it impossible to keep it a secret. Jana Duggar, the family's quietest and most secretive daughter, was rushed to the hospital when pregnant with twins. The sighting that created such a sensation started in the hospital parking lot. A nearby woman saw Stephen shielding Jana from the barrage of camera phones by keeping his arm firmly about her as he assisted her out of the car. Jana's father, Jim Bob Duggar, was pacing quickly toward the hospital entrance, his face focused and serious. It was an image that instantly made the seriousness of the situation clear. Before the hour was over, the blurry photo had gone popular after being quickly shared online. By late morning, Instagram feeds were dominated by reposts of just one image. Currently, some of the most popular topics on the internet are Jana Duggar, the Duggar twins, and prayers for Jana. Fans couldn't resist pointing out Jana's sagging dress, her hand affectionately resting on her stomach, and her choice to skip out on multiple public appearances after her recent photo went viral. Numerous theories surfaced. Some claimed that although they were aware of her pregnancy, they were unaware that she was expecting twins. Some expressed surprise, saying that because Jana had always been so quiet, she would have made such a big statement herself. Longtime Facebook supporters of the Duggar family went crazy. The number of comments on posts soon reached thousands. Some were happy to just congratulate, while others tried to piece together a timeline. Was this the cause of her absence from the last family gathering? Do you think the twins are boys or girls? One person wondered, and another asked. TikTok was engulfed in a tempest. Videos examined her most recent public appearance at the same time that people were anticipating the twins' delivery date. The makers slowed down old footage of Jana and Stephen during a fair in their hometown. Through the use of subtitles like, "Notice how delicately he is holding her hand. He could see it." A more emotive approach was adopted by some, who montaged Jana's life story to music that praised her becoming a parent. But underlying all the hype was a growing fear. She ended up in the hospital on what must have been a routine day, so something awful had to have happened. People's concerns were only exacerbated by the presence of Stephen and Jim Bob. It's reasonable to conclude that the family did not want this information to be publicized, considering their history of secrecy. It was because it was impossible to hide. Toward the end of the afternoon, a local news station finally made an official announcement. It was succinct but direct. Today, John experienced some minor problems and unexpected fatigue. She has twins on the way. She was taken to the hospital for her own protection. Her father, Jim Bob, and husband, Stephen, were with her. Both the mother and the infants are doing well and are getting excellent medical care. As we reply to the well wishes and prayers, we kindly ask for your privacy and understanding. The announcement did not stop the media frenzy, but it did bring some much-needed comfort. News outlets grabbed it up right away. When Jana Duggar's twin pregnancy was announced in the press headlines, it was pure gold. Later in the day, other pictures from earlier began to circulate online. Stephen enters the hospital with an overnight bag. Jim Bob chats briefly with a nurse at the front desk. A hospital security guard is holding back the small group of photographers. In the building, there was a feeling of peace and alertness. The nurse continued by saying that Stephen stayed by Jana's side and held her hand while she was sleeping. Speaking quietly to her, he occasionally smiled as though to convince her that she would be fine regardless of how strong the wind was outside. Family members began to arrive, each bringing their own special brand of comfort in the shape of tales, flowers, and handcrafted treats. There were many hugs, silent prayers, and tears of joy at the thought of two new lives joining the family. The plot continued to develop from the outside. While some Instagram followers hoped for something more imaginative, others desired more traditional names for the child. Other TikTok makers supported Jana and Stephen by sharing their own twin parenting experiences in short, heartwarming videos. One remark read, "Jana, if you see this, twin motherhood is challenging but beautiful, on a widely shared post. You can do it. Not everyone was overcome by the euphoria. Moderation was advised by some participants in the online conversation, who noted that pregnancy, especially when carrying twins, may be emotionally and physically taxing. She deserves serenity right now. One fan stated that the details will be made public when she is ready. She knew she had support though, because many found solace in the presence of both Jim Bob and Steven. Steven, who is often quiet, found himself at the center of attention as fans raved about his attentiveness. Clips showing him helping Jana as she was being carried into the hospital were posted with the message, "Every woman deserves this kind of partner." As the sun began to set, the crowd outside the hospital began to thin out. As reporters submitted their last nocturnal reports, social media messages somewhat declined. Inside, Jana was reportedly sleeping well, accompanied by Steven and a few close relatives. The twins were healthy and energetic, according to the physicians. The hospital stay would likely be short in order to ensure stability. For the Duggar family, it was a day of highs and lows, worry and relief. The audience was given a rare chance to witness a close-up view of the life of someone who had been in the spotlight for a long time, but kept a lot of things secret. In the upcoming weeks, the emphasis would switch to preparing for the baby, revealing one's gender, and enjoying the numerous happy occasions that come with expecting twins. But based on that night, everyone's attention was focused on recovery, health, and the quiet joy of knowing that 3 hearts were beating. 2 little, fresh hearts and the steady heartbeat of one mother were in the same room. This was only the beginning of something new for Steven. He had gone to the hospital because of his anxieties, but he left that night with a smile on his face, knowing that his beloved was okay and that they were just a few months away from enjoying the life they had dreamed of. He would always remember today as the day he felt truly fathered, even though everyone else might only remember it as the day the news was announced. The hospital parking lot was comparatively quiet the following morning. But the news had not stopped. Throughout the night, Jana's twin pregnancy hashtags received millions of views, and morning TV stations were already talking about the news. Some TV hosts sought out experts to explain the uncommon circumstances surrounding twin pregnancies and the necessity of her trips, while others just played the video of the patient's arrival at the hospital. After entering, Jana's disposition significantly improved. The doctors had completed a series of tests and said the prior issues were under control. Someone overheard Steven talking to a doctor outside her room. At the same time, he appeared relieved and focused. He made sure she was comfortable at all times, according to the hospital's medical staff. Jim Bob returned early in the morning with a bag of Jana's favorite treats and clean clothes. In the hallway, he assured her family that she is resilient and will be all right. Around noon, a close family acquaintance told local reporters that release could happen in the next 2 days, depending on how she felt. The online conversation has shifted from one of dismay to one of excitement. Photographs taken by supporters with the phrase, "2 little blessings on the way," went viral, and even some who had previously openly criticized the Duggar family praised them. As the young couple got ready for the months that would permanently alter their life, they were flooded with well wishes. For now, the whirlwind of conjecture had passed. Thank you for listening.